Oh yeah. Oh yeah, vibe with me real quick. Hey, that Busy Bone Carbon Monoxide album, I ain't gonna say it's a classic, but that joint tight as shit. It might be. I don't know. That joint tight, man. If they still did the 5 mic joint, it'd at least get 4. That motherfucker tight. But anyway, um, talk a little bit more about my experience of being in Shelby Training Center in Memphis, Tennessee. Like I remember one incident, like we sitting in the classroom, it's me. I mean, we're in a classroom, but it's me, my man Keith, Wardy, and I think H. Beezy from New Orleans, man. Terrence Sylvester. That was my man in that jump. That was a good dude. Terrence Sylvester. So yeah, the instructor gave my man Wardy some worksheets to pass out. So as he's passing them Jones out, you know, one of the Memphis dude, I think his name was Xanderfer or some shit like that. His name started with like a Z or an X. I think it was like Xanderfer. You know what I'm saying? He was like, as my man passing out the worksheets, he like, man, with my worksheet on, give me one, or you ain't give me one. It ain't what he said, it was how he said it. So, of course, you know, I was probably like 18, 19 at this time. And, you know, I was young, of course, an instigator. So, of course, I'm going to size it up because, you know, that's just what we did. So, I was like, ooh, I was like, yes, no. Yeah, you going to get that man his worksheet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sized it because, you know, I was geeking to work. And I knew if my man rolled, I don't got no choice but to roll. So as my man get to the dude Xanderfer, you know, he's handing him the worksheets. And as Xanderfer like reached for it, my man dropped the joints and just stole them. Boom! So the Bama like fell out the chair and he was trying to get up and get away. But I was already standing up. And when he tried to get away, he came right to me. So, you know, I just caught him. Bang! Hit him with that Deontay Wilder cross. I ain't gonna lie to you. I stole his ass, dropped him. When he dropped, you know, Keys, Wardy, I don't know if HBZ did something, but I know Keith started stomping the nigga out like a motherfucker. I stepped the fuck off. I just got out the hole. These niggas had just got down here. Cause Keith and Wardy, they came to Memphis together. They couldn't have been there no longer than like 2 months. Probably like a month for real. And me, I just got out the hole. So I stepped off. I stepped out the classroom. I went to the bathroom like, nigga, I ain't there. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just threw one punch. It's a good chance motherfuckers might not have seen me. When I come out the bathroom, as soon as I get out the bathroom, boom, motherfuckers just snatching me up. Like, come on, man. How would they know that I had something to do with it? It wasn't no cameras in that motherfucking classroom, man, that I could think of. How would you know I was involved as a motherfucker tell something? You know what I'm saying? Not my man. My man ain't gonna talk. That's how they did it down there, man. So, I mean, it was just different type of situations, man. Like, you had another situation where, like, after that situation happened with the Crip dudes, when I had my bust out and all that, I ended up, you know, getting put on Foxtrot, which was the actual shoe. And, you know what I'm saying? They let me and Wardy, he was in the hole. Me, Wardy, Mo. Was Mo in the hole at the time? I don't know. I know me, Wardy, Smooth, and Twan was in the hole. I don't know if Mo was in the hole at this time. Or maybe he was. I think all 5 was in the hole at this time. Keith had already been home. A dude named Joe Black, you know, he had came and left. He had went home. Dude Lil Matt had came and left. But yeah, so anyway, so they let me, we ain't even supposed to come out ourselves for rec. Like, we supposed to be in shackles and do our rec like this, one at a time. But you know, even though we was getting into a lot of fights, we wasn't like troublemakers in terms of like, and Shelby Training Center, that shit was like some military type shit. Like when you stood, like when you went anywhere, you had to be in line. Like, you know what I'm saying? They had you line up. It'd be 2 lines, shortest to tallest, and like the person in front of you had to be like, you know, arm's length away from you, and the person beside you, like, I don't know. I mean, it was like they'd be like, distance, pair, snap, distance, pair, snap, distance, pair, snap. And you know what I'm saying? When you walk in the halls, your hands had to be behind your back and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? That shit was like some, I don't know, that shit was like some military shit. You couldn't talk in the cafeteria. You couldn't talk anytime you was in line. Like, we ain't do that. We was quiet. We ain't get in trouble and shit like that. When we got in trouble, it was always like some fighting shit or, you know, me being freaked out, gunning the females down and shit like that. And they was doing the same shit everybody was. But we wasn't like being loud and talking shit to the staff. We wasn't doing that. So even though we was supposed to came out, you know, one at a time, they allowed me to come out for my rec with Wardy. And they didn't shackle us. They ain't have us in shackles. They know we supposed to be in shackles. They let me and him out together. So Smooth was at his cell. He was like, yeah, that's one of them niggas in fast cell. I think the band was in fast cell. He was like, man, that's one of them dudes in fast cell, blah, blah, blah. Like, we was talking at him. We was at his cell. He was telling us that through the cell. So we was like, oh, yeah. So, and Shelby Trainer said in a whole, how they cells are, like for anybody from the DMV that ever been to CTF, you know, they had the cells like the CTF doors, you know. Back when I was 17 going through, like I was getting my UFAC done, I was over CTF. So, you know, you could stuff like the cells, like stuff the lock and like close the door where the lock could close, but it won't come all the way over because you stuffed it. So you can get a motherfucker to pop your cell for you and you would be out. That's how I used to do. That's how I was able to be out with the adults, even though I was a juvenile over CTF. When adults be out, the juveniles supposed to be in their cells. You know what I'm saying? My man was over there. You know what I'm saying? He already knew. My man Black, you know what I'm saying, from up 31 Rhode Island. He used to pop me out. I'd be out there with the adult. That's why I wasn't tripping off going out the feds, man. So anyway, so they had the doors like that. So when Smooth said that, Wardy go to the Bama cell and he started trying to pick the jump. Like, you ain't even have to stuff them jumps. You know what I'm saying? He started picking the jump. So he ended up popping the Bama cell. So when he popped the Bama cell, I go in there. I go in the cell. The Bama is standing in front of his sink. Like, you know, they got the little mirror over top of the sink. It's not a real mirror, but you can see your reflection in it. And he brushing his hair. Now, you hear these niggas trying to get in your cell. Probably thought we couldn't pop it where it's popped. Now that it's popped, I'm in your cell, nigga. I'm coming in your cell. This nigga never stopped brushing his hair, like, just like the dude Brandon Johnson. Like, I'm standing over top. It's like they thinking like if I ignore the shit, won't shit happen. Man, I walked over to that nigga. I stole the shit out of his head. Boom! When I stole him, like, he like balled up and then he like grabbed me. And he like had his head on my stomach and his arms right around. He was holding me tight as shit. He was like, Fogel, what I do, Fogel? Fogel, what I do? And I was trying to hit him, but I really couldn't like hit him like I wanted. So my man Wardy came, he was trying to push the dude's head off of him, off of me, so he can get a good hit. You know, I think he was able to hit him like once. Then the dude got off me and he ran under the bed. And I tried to kick him and I missed him. And ended up hitting my leg on a bunk. You know, them bunks hard as shit, metal. That shit hurt. And then, you know what I'm saying, I left out the cell, went to my cell, closed the door, and of course, after I'm in my cell secure, he want to run out the cell, come to my cell, boom, boom, I'ma fuck you up, nigga. Da, 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 da. Like, Snell, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't draw no tip, man. You know, don't nobody gotta know what just happened. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shit like that was going on all the time, man. Like, we stayed getting into it, man. You know what I'm saying? We was beefing with, man, we beefed with all them that we beefed with GDs, Crips, the Bloods. Slim, he was a Blood, I think. But, you know, them dudes that started clicking up against us and all that, even to the point that the COs, man. Because the COs that work there, they from Memphis, too. And you know what I'm saying? They was telling them dudes, like, you see how them DC dudes stick together? Y'all need to do that. They stick together. Y'all let them dudes come over here and do this. This y'all city. And y'all need to click up like they do. Now, this was COs telling them niggas, man. No bullshit. They was hating on us like shit because it was only a handful of us, but we was strong. We was strong. So I ended up getting put out that joint. This is how I got put out that joint. So we all in the hole. Me, Twan, Mo, TJ. Smooth wasn't in the hole. Smooth had made it out the hole. And this is what I ain't like, right? Because Smooth made it out the hole. Like, we asked one of the COs one day, we was like, man, how King doing? How King doing? He all right? It's like, yeah, he on population. He, you know, he doing good. Man, them dudes was mad. Like, Wardy, Mo, and I think Twan. If I ain't mistaken, I think they was mad because Smooth didn't, when he got off out the hole, you know, he was already in the hole for fighting. You know what I'm saying? He beat the shit out of a nigga named Jeremy Sandifer. I will never forget this nigga, man. Jeremy Sandifer, I mean, when it came down to talking shit, if shit talking was a weapon, man, this nigga would have been a bazooka. This was a shit, but he didn't want no smoke. That nigga couldn't fight, ain't want to fight for real, none of that shit. But he would talk shit to you, like he'll make you whip his ass, like it was you had no choice. Cause if you ain't whip his ass, he would disrespect you and make you feel like a bitch. And if you was a sucker, you would probably be intimidated by that shit. Like he was a sucker, man. And Smooth whipped Jeremy Sandifer sucker ass, which was, you know. But then, like, there ain't nobody trying to be in a hole all the fucking time. Like, out of my, you know, I did 85% of 4 years, my first bit. Out of that, which ended up being like 41 months or something like that before I got sent to the halfway house. I mean, out of them 41 months, I know I spent at least about 18 months in the hole, man. Like, who want to do all that time in the shoe, man? That shit is crazy. So they was mad because when he got out the hole, he didn't go beat the shit out somebody and get sent right back to the hole. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't mad at him for that. That's my man. That's still my man to this day. And, you know, that's all they meant, for real. Because, you know, Wardy fucked with him, too. You know, I mean, you know, if Mo was still alive, he'd be fucking with him. Because, you know, y'all my man, and y'all gonna be men. That's just what it is. It ain't no beefing. Like, niggas ain't disrespect each other or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we in a whole, me, Mo, Twan, and Wardy. So, Wardy, they CO nigga named Hers let Wardy out his cell to drink from the water fountain. You know what I'm saying? When he went to the water fountain, he went from the water fountain, then he came to my cell asking for a magazine. You know what I'm saying? I gave him, I showed him a magazine. He was like, nah, I already seen that junk. So I'm trying to find magazines that he ain't looked for, that he ain't seen before. So I could slide him up under the cell. So I guess I was taking too long. He like, hurry up, man, hurry up. Come on. So Hers came over there. Hers like, come on, Phil. So I slid the magazines under the door real quick. He went up to pick them up. I mean, he, you know, picked them up. Then the dude Hers like grabbed them. And when he grabbed him, my man was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get off me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nigga grabbed him and he like pulled away from him, like, get off me. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't say get off. He just like pulled away from him, like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So he went to his cell. When he got to his cell, I don't know what they were saying to each other back and forth because his cell was on the other side and down. But what I did hear was her slam the cell, boom. And then when he slammed the cell, he started talking shit, going on my man. And I'm like, come on, son, you wasn't saying none of that shit. Like, you was loud, I could hear you. So you couldn't have been saying that shit while he was just out at cell, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And then Hers, you a grown-ass man. We kids for real. If I'm 19, he like 18 at the time. And he done already fought the CO up the jump. CO bit his motherfucking face. He still got that, my man Wardy still got that scar on his face to this day from when he was fighting the CO. And the CO bit a chunk out his face, man. He had to get shots and everything down that motherfucker. The Memphis motherfuckers, man. Shit crazy. He beat that nigga. And my man Mo beat the shit out of CO down that joint and everything. So I guess it was just my time. So once Snuff slammed the cell, you know what I'm saying? Mo, he started talking to me through the vents. He was like, Grace. I go in the vent, I'm like, what's up, Snow? He like, man, you hear this bitch ass nigga, man, I'ma fuck that nigga up. I say, nigga, I'ma fuck him up. He say, all right, well, whoever said he popped first, get at him. I say, Snow, you already know he do the same thing. He go in order. When he popping our cells for showers, one at a time, he go in order. My cell come before yours. You know he gonna pop me first. I got you, don't trip. I got him. So, I'm all anxious and nervous. Not nervous because I'm scared to fight him, but nervous because I know what the fuck about to go down. I know what I'm about to do. So I'm anxious, and I couldn't even sleep that whole night. So when the next day come, and he popped my cell, because I come out by myself, I be having my shower shoes on, have my towel, soap, and I have on some shorts. But this time I came out, and I had my shoes on, tied up. I think I had on some pants. I had the towel to play it off. And, I walked over to the shower junk, threw my towel and shit on the junk. And I was like, hey, you got some soap? He was like, yeah, I got some soap. And he went over to the desk, got some soap, came to me. He was handing it to me. I reached forward with my right, and then I caught him. Boom! Stole his ass with the left. He went back, and he came back quick with a right. Boom! Stole me. So now me and him wrecking. And, I was probably like 19. This is before, I really learned how to throw my hands. Because I actually, took classes and all that, like boxing, all that. You know what I'm saying? So I can learn how to throw my shit correctly and all that. This is before I knew how to do all that. This is when I was just fast. And I wasn't real strong. I was bony as shit. I couldn't do pull-ups or none of that. And I'm fighting this grown-ass man, this CO. I ain't give a fuck. I was just swinging them jumps. You know what I'm saying? I was always fast, so I was just throwing them jumps fast as I can. Fuck it. Enough of these jumps land, shit gonna happen. So he backing up. He trying to throw his little shit. Ain't nothing landing. The other CO nigga called the code. So the other CO Bama grabbed me. And, he grabbed me. And then hers grabbed me. So now both of them grabbed me. I do got strength, though. It was hard for them. They couldn't get me that. I was still trying to my left arm was still free. So I'm still swinging on hers, trying to hit them. They get me to the ground. They got me on my stomach. They got the handcuffs on me. Then, the code come. The CO nigga named hers, big as shit, come sit on my mouth. This nigga, big fat ass nigga sit on my motherfucking back. Now, he's on top of me. I think his name was Sirs, or the one I was fighting name was Sirs, some shit like that. I can't remember all that shit. But he's sitting on me, you know what I'm saying? And while he's sitting on me, the one that I was fighting started hitting me in the head with the radio and shit. So all I hear is boom, boom, boom. That's my man Mo. He trying to get out his motherfucking cell. He like a motherfucking savage. Boom, boom. My man Twan, boom, boom, boom. My man Wardy, boom, boom, boom. That's the thing I know. Twan come flying out his motherfucking cell, go smack at the motherfucking police. Wardy, he come out his side. I think he came from the other side. He going at the police. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how it was. We rolled. So what ended up happening was that shit happened on a Thursday. Twan got shipped out that Friday. They don't do no movements on the weekend. Then that Monday, me, Wardy, and Mo got shipped out. We all went to FCI Memphis. Twan went to Cumberland. Me, Mo, and Wardy went to FCI Memphis. They kept them two in the hole. They put me on the compound. Mo ended up getting sent to Wackenhut, if I ain't mistaken, before they changed the name to Rivers. And Wardy got sent to Petersburg. And then I was in FCI Memphis. But by the time I got there, I only had a few months left. Probably like 5, 6, 7 months left, something like that. And I was on the same type of time. Like I said in the other video, homie had to come tell me like, man, calm down, man, blah, blah, blah. We don't want you here. We don't need you here and all that. Like, I ain't care. I was young and wild, man. And, because my time, it wasn't hard. So when I got home, before I got locked up, they had the show Oz. You know what I'm saying? You had different movies that predicted prison. And I was like, oh, after going through it, I was like, oh, that's all it is? It's nothing. So when I came home, I was back on the same, because I wasn't scared about going to jail. I've been through it, and I thought I was the toughest. Then when I, having guns, with my mentality, I'm thinking I'm the hardest motherfucker walking. And you know what I'm saying? The next video, I'm gonna start talking about it's gonna be labeled war stories, and I'm gonna tell you some of the stuff that was going on from the time I came home in 04 till I got locked back up in 05. Cause that's what my life. I went in 2000, came home in 04, went back in 05, came home in 06, went back in 07, came home in 09. And from 09 to 2019, I done been locked up a few times for petty charges that I beat, but I haven't had to do no time. Every charge that I've had, I done beat it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't did no time since coming home in 09. Trying to stay out the way, man. Do the right thing, man. But no matter how much you try to do the right thing, you always gonna have obstacles. You just gotta keep striving and keep, just never give up, man. Keep pushing, man. Eventually, life is hard, man. Definitely for a black man in America, man. You know what I'm saying? Life is hard. We ain't privileged like the white people. We don't get stuff because, our great grandparents had it and passed it to their kids, and they passed to their kids, and we don't go through that as black people. We come from struggles, and we gotta fight through our struggles, and our whole life is struggles. And we just gotta overcome it, man. Like, for real, black people need to come together more and help each other out here so we won't struggle like we do. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm a chronicle, because my life been wild, man. I done lived a life, man, serious. And no matter what, every time I come up, man, it's just, you get more obstacles. You could do great. You can have Benzes. You know what I'm saying? You can have other cars. You can have apartments. You can live in a house, and you can have flat clothes and wear Burberry and the top shoes and all, like, and then you can lose that shit and then have to start all over and do it all over again. Like, shit is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. We keep striving and keep trying to do the right thing, man. I try to live my life where the stuff that I do doesn't affect other people negatively. Like, you can sit back on the outside and judge what I do, but say to yourself, is what he doing hurting anybody? Is it detrimental to anybody? Is what he doing harming anyone? And it's not. So let me smoke my weed, let me drink my drink, and let me struggle how I struggle, and we struggle to survive, man. And we struggle until we make it. And it always gonna be like that until it ain't like that. And the only time it ain't gonna be like that is when you dead. So that's just what it is. All right, y'all.